Hey everybody, Dave Staples with the Staples team, Keller Williams Cervenic. Hope you're having a good week. It's the last quarter of 2025, and this is your Wadsworth Real Estate Pulse. Stick around, and yes, I double checked. Real estate is still a little more exciting than watching your grass grow, although I've spent a lot of time on my grass this summer. We've got data from Realtor.com, Zillow, Redfin, of course, all the MLS sources, basically all the heavy hitters, so let's dig in. Across Ohio, home prices on average is about $240,000. Now that's up about 3.4% over last year. In August, Ohio home prices were actually 5.6% higher over the same time last year. More homes selling and more inventory creeping in. Sharon Township's market behavior reflects a broader national trend. Experts warn that limited inventory remains a hurdle in many markets, especially for the more affordable side of the market. Forecasts are suggesting moderate price gains the rest of the year, possibly softer appreciation as inventory loosens up a bit. So in short, the Ohio market's very healthy, but it's starting to lean slightly toward a buyer's market, catching some breathing room as long as buyers act before rates creep in and inventory floods up. Specifically in Sharon Township, Medina County, on Realtor.com, Sharon Township shows about 50 homes for sale currently, with a median listing pricing of about $155,000. Average days on market's about 51 days, which makes it start to fall into more of a buyer's market. A local realty listing board via Keller Williams shows a mix of homes, 3 bedrooms, more rural or semi-rural areas, some new construction, some older houses mixed in. Some listings straddle Wadsworth periphery. So homes in Sharon Center, for example, are closer to Wadsworth, are showing price points up to a little higher, up to about that $650,000 range. The takeaway for Sharon Township, it's more of a value zone. Buyers who want semi-rural, they want some land, they want less density of the homes. The price ceiling is lower, so your negotiating level is higher, but condition and location and things like roads, schools, utilities obviously play into that. So the overall trends, mortgage rates have dipped recently. Some are saying that we're about the lowest in about 11 months. That gives buyers obviously a little more purchasing power. But buyer caution is rising. What does that mean? Well, more deals are falling through. People are getting cold feet in some of the markets. Bidding wars also are bringing price homes up. And honestly, what in our mind, you need a good realty team, and that's where the Staples team comes in to walk you through this journey, help you to make a more educated decision, more educated and guided purchase process. So overall in Ohio markets, inventory is inching up. Buyers are starting to have a little more choices. Sellers, though, who have overpriced themselves might end up waiting for that right offer. You've got some folks who are sticking to that higher price. It's obviously going to take a lot longer to sell. The bottom line is, though, first impressions are everything, right? That's where your listing has to be tight, right? We see too many listings where pictures aren't great, there's clutter, things like that. A strong debut can really affect your buyer's perception of your home and grab their attention. You want to grab their attention right away instead of scrolling right past it onto the next house. And honestly, the difference between a well-priced house and a dead-on arrival can be the equivalent of not really staging your house, leaving that weird wallpaper in the bathroom, leaving clutter around. Buyers notice. For sellers in Sharon Township, be realistic. Get a strong pricing strategy. Invest in curb appeal. A little bit of money goes a long way. A little bit of work goes a long way. Don't assume every house is going to get 10 offers. That's not the case anymore. But your listing still needs to look its best to be in consideration. For buyers, watch those interest rates very closely. You're ready to jump in when a good deal appears. Do your homework on things like utility, road access, land conditions, and honestly, hire a great real estate team. And that's where my wife and I, Stephanie, at the Staples team with Keller Williams Cervenic, can really help you. Thanks.